May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to CharlieKirk tear apart pro-trans kids activists. So without further ado, let's get started.
What's up?
Nice. So, I think the difference is between a gender and a sex.
So
culturally speaking, in a lot of different historical societies, from Africa to the Pacific Islanders, there's long been held a distinction between what a gender is and what a sex is. With the sex being sexually, you either have a penis or a vagina, whereas gender-wise, there's been a lot of more fluidity there. Specifically with the Pacific Islander example, they've considered there to be up to like 4 or 5 different individual genders, not just man and woman, but also considered things like, now I can't remember the names that they had for them. But there was always that idea that gender was a social construct, whereas sex is a biological construct. So there have to be only 2 sexes, but there can be any number of genders because obviously it's a social construct. Whatever society agrees on would have to go. What do you think about that?
So just because civilizations have done it in the past doesn't make it a good idea. But recognizing that it did happen, we would make the argument that there's 2 sexes and 2 genders, and gender and sex are directly related.
Why would you say it's not a good idea to differentiate? It's because it seems to me that with all the people out there yelling that there should be more than one gender, it would make the most societal sense.
Well, I do believe there's more than one gender.
Yeah, of
course.
course.
I didn't mean trap the word. I know.
Open for debate and dialogue.
But how many genders would you say there are?
Well, I myself don't really see a need to limit that idea. As if it is a social. So, for instance, continents, right? Continents are a social construct. The idea that there are 7 continents comes down to simply what lines have been drawn historically speaking. From my point of view,
I've never heard that one before, but that's
it's an interesting thing to look into historically speaking, because look at like Europe and Asia, for instance. The 2 of them look like they should be one man.
But here's the difference: is that there's not chromosomal structures within continents.
No, but that's sex.
No,
right?
but we would make the argument that sex and gender are directly related, and what makes the Western tradition unique and should be appreciated and defended is that gender and sex have always been directly related.
Except they haven't, Western speaking.
In the Western tradition, yes.
The ancient Greeks haven't. The ancient Greeks are where we get our Western tradition from originally.
Against it. The ancient Greeks were not part of the Western tradition, but I would say that some of our thinking and some of the inspiration of the founding came from Aristotelian or Socratic or Plato. Yeah, I would say that. But not everything the Greeks did,
not everything.
we adopted. But the Western tradition, so post-1800, gender and sex being directly related. This comes back to a question of identity. So the question is, can you choose to be something that you're not? You would say, no. I mean, you could choose. You have the freedom to be whatever you want to say, but you also don't have the power to force me to call you something else.
Getting lost a little bit in that point, because I think it's an interesting idea. That said, I know exactly where this is going to end up leading, but I'm going to ask the question anyway.
Sure.
If I were a police officer, right, and I wanted to become a lawyer, what's to stop me from doing this?
Nothing. You can go to school and become certified towards that.
So
But that's an identity based on merit. That's an identity based on choice.
Merit. I could be a really shitty lawyer.
But you have to pass the bar, don't you?
Yeah, but
So
a
that's
lot
merit.
of really shitty lawyers pass the bar.
Well, no doubt, but there is some form of achievement standard to become a lawyer, whether it should
but
be or
in
not.
America, the entire idea of choice, right? You know, we have democracy. We get the choice to be whatever we want to be.
No
That's
doubt,
always
but
been part of our
you don't have the choice to tell me what to call you. That's the problem. You see where that starts to get kind of dangerous. Yeah, anyone can be anything they want. I mean, I know plenty of transgender people, and I consider some of them friends.
So you rather think that rather than say, okay, I can be whatever gender I want, but you don't need to necessarily.
Of course, you have the freedom. I don't think a government agency should come through. You know what I do think is dangerous? Adding a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th box on a birth certificate, which is already happening in Canada. They're adding a non-binary box in Canada for gender. I think that's wrong. I think that's morally reprehensible.
Now, I would disagree on morally reprehensible, but I think that is interesting.
Do you want me to tell you why I think it's morally reprehensible? Because children typically live in a state of confusion. Would you agree? They're trying to understand language. They're trying to understand their place in the world. Let me finish real quick. No, let me finish. So to add more confusion to a child's already discovery in a place in a very chaotic world, I consider to be morally questionable, if not reprehensible. It is society's parents and communities' right to try to guide a child to develop into a chaotic world. To say to a child, oh, you can choose whatever you want to be, that's adding more chaos into a child's life that will only lead to suffering.
I would add the caveat that I think children are pretty chaotic beings.
No, that's what I'm saying. So why add more chaos to a child's life? So in Canada, they have a third box right now, which is a non-binary box. So you can allow a child to choose whatever gender they want to be, which is fine later on as they start to mature.
Now, see, for me, the line that I would draw is, I see where you're coming from with that. And for me, the line would be more of a matter of, we talk about transgender, and you talk about actually changing one's sex. Actually going through the surgery.
Which, of course, everyone has. You have a right to do that.
See, actually, I would almost disagree with that more about the child thing, because you see parents going out there and allowing their children doing that.
So let me give you an example. So in Oregon, without parental consent, at age 15, you can have the state pay for your sex realignment surgery.
Right.
Do you think there's something wrong with that?
Yes.
Okay, you do. Good. So we agree.
Oh, absolutely. So,
Okay, then.
15, you're not even young enough to legally drink.
No, exactly.
You're not legally young enough to do
So
anything.
you and I have agreement. I think there's something wrong when a 15-year-old can go get state-funded sex reassignment surgery without telling their parents.
I agree with that, but here's the thing. I think that's wrong. I don't necessarily think that if you're 15 years old and you want to identify as some other gender, like male, him, her, non-binary.
Yes, and it's
thing.
incumbent on the individual to be respectful towards that person's dignity.
Yes, of course.
But
Just
however,
like
you must have, and you do it because you're being very respectful, as much understanding that I can say that there's two genders. You see?
Yeah, and I think you're fine. You're to consider that. You say that you're fine with there being more than one gender, as in if I want to identify something else, it's fine. You just don't want to have to call me. And I think
That's correct.
That's a fine point. But if I were to identify as another gender, wouldn't I think that your idea of two genders be a little offensive?
It might. I mean, it would be no more offensive than someone having a religious difference or political difference. See, my opinion is rooted first and foremost in biology.
Yeah, but people find their political differences to be offensive all the time.
No, that's okay, but I couldn't care less if people find my political differences offensive.
Okay.
Wearing this hat is considered to be offensive, despite the heroic
I
work they
would
do.
disagree simply because that hat represents a government agency, not necessarily what that government
Well,
agency is doing.
It also represents the members of that government agency and their mission statement.
We can
Yes.
worry about what's
So,
right.
but you shouldn't.
We're right.
You shouldn't
Or we
stop
can worry about
saying or
what's your
doing
issue?
something
What's your problem?
just
How
because
can I
you think
be of
it's going to
service?
offend
How can I
somebody.
help? How can I
I
love
gotta get
you
to class,
today?
but thank you very much for your
It's
time.
the best way
You're
to
really
love
respectful. Thank you, man.
Anyway, I love this so much. I love the dialogue. I love the fact that what's it called? Towards the ending part, the guy agreed that it is wrong for you to tamper with a child. You don't just approve a 15 years old child to go under the knife simply because as a state you can give them that permission. I feel is wrong because the child is not even legally able to drink. So why then do you make the child go under the knife? Because they can't make good decisions at that stage. That's why they have guardians till they are 18, where they can decide to either stay with their guardian or do whatever they want to do with their life. And I feel CharlieKirk, I love how this dialogue went. Even if on the beginning part the guy feel like yes, sex is just two, but gender can be as many as possible. But I feel like it's not true because like I've always said, the God who made them both male and female. Okay, so it's either you are a man or you're a woman. There is nothing like a trans woman. There's nothing like a trans man. There's nothing like I don't care how the number you choose to call them. I just feel like it's not appropriate. Okay, you can be a man or you can be a woman. That is it. Like that is, and I think I love the fact that Charlie said you can decide to identify as whatever you want to identify as, but I'll call you who I want to call you, because that is it. If you say you're a woman, you identify as a woman, I'll call you a man, because if I see you as a man, I will call you a man, because that is how I see you. There is this guy that is confusing us in Nigeria. His name is Bobrisky. We call him, he is a guy though, but he dressed like a female, and he won Best Female Dressed Award. Like I was mad. I was like, he is a guy. Don't deprive women of this award. Women spend money on themselves, spend money to get nice quality dress, pay makeup artists to, apply their makeup, and after everything, a man takes the award home as the best dressed female I just feel it's crazy. It's crazy. The world is turning something else. And I think after the award, he was arrested. Not because of the award though. He was arrested for messing with our naira notes. But I feel that is one of the reasons why they arrested him, because they feel like what he's doing is getting out of hand. First of all, we thought it was just this publicity stunt. Dressing like a guy just to gain attention. I mean, dressing like a lady to get attention. But now we feel like it's getting too much. So that is one thing I love about Africa. We have a way of controlling things like this, because I feel like it's more of a psychological issue, because I don't respect a man to wake up one morning and say he wants to be a woman. Being a woman is difficult already, so don't just add to it. Yeah, you might not be flowing every day, but just let us maintain. We are few in numbers, So why then do you encourage a man to get married to another man? You're depriving two women of their husband. And I don't know how they feel, the connection they have, or how long the connection will be there. But I don't see myself spending the rest of my life with my fellow man. I see myself spending the rest of my life with the woman I choose to be with. And that is how it is assigned to roll. That is how it is supposed to be. But, the thing is, because everyone accepts it, people feel it's right. But the thing is, it's not right. The world might accept the notion. And it will be wrong at the ending. That is why we have people proving theory wrong. You see, in high school when I was growing up, they'll say this theory was brought by this and this and this, and this person disputes the theory or prove the theory wrong. I feel like it happens every day. So I find out we see people feeling like they want to be called a dog, they want to be identified as a cow, they want to be identified as a snake, they want to be identified as a cat. Shows that we are losing it. Okay, we've missed out, or we've messed up somewhere, and we need to rectify it as soon as possible. Well, I know before this ideology will stick to Africa, it might be after my generation or after my children's generation, because it's not going to happen anytime soon. Because I feel we learn from the Western world. We copy their lifestyle, copy their dressing, copy their language, copy everything. But for this, I feel like they need to do better. You see, because this is bad. I don't even care how they will try to paint it, but this is bad. Turning the man to a woman, or accepting that you can be whoever you choose to be, you can dress like whoever you choose to dress like, is sincerely bad. It's 100% bad. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. It is your first time visiting the channel. Click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember bless.